It was a moment that brought a city to a standstill as inmates Alan Scani Martin, Hassan Atwell and Christopher Monster Selby escaped the Port of Spain prison under a hail of gunfire. Policeman Sherman Maynard, who stood guard outside the prison, was killed. Martin and Atwell were later killed as well. And while the escape and carnage has left an unforgettable mark on the city and the country, there's still no clarity on how the prisoners got access to 2 guns and a hand grenade used to stage their escape. Retired DCP Glenn Hackett was originally assigned to probe the escape in 2015. But when CNC3 News reached out to him via WhatsApp, he confirmed that the matter was still under investigation, with suspects expected to be charged imminently. CNC3 News also contacted Prisons Commissioner Carlos Carraspi, who said that there is still no confirmation on where the guns came from. But for retired prison officer Lancelot Dunton, the escape and circumstances behind it is more than just a bad memory. Dunton was one of 3 prison officers investigated and suspended for failing to act decisively during the escape. And while the matter was eventually discontinued, clearing him of wrongdoing, he still remembers the stress it caused him.
They take half of my salary, and it was really my head was all over the place. Now it have nothing in this life after I come out of that could disturb my tranquility.
And with 10 years behind him, the mystery of where the guns came from and the mayhem it brought still weighs heavily on his mind.
You came by a boat, maybe by a submarine, maybe by a helicopter, maybe by a drone, maybe by a prison officer, maybe by a visitor. Nobody knows.
President of the Prison Officers Association, Gerard Gordon, told CNC3 News that he wasn't confident that the truth would ever be revealed, and with no real interest from the authorities, the answers may remain hidden for good.
It seems that in our society, that don't really matter. The people who have to do these investigations, nobody is pressuring them to get the answers.
Former Prisons Commissioner and investigator into the escape, Dennis Pulchan, was contacted for comment, but when asked if he felt the truth would ever be known, he would only say this.
I can't answer that, but I can tell you that during that investigation, every single person involved in that matter was investigated thoroughly, and the evidence provided. Whether new evidence will surface is yet to be seen and yet to be known.
A lot of things can change in 10 years, but a lot of things can also remain the same. The city of Port of Spain and the country as a whole have for the most part moved on with their lives. For most people, the 2015 prison escape was a frightening but ultimately long gone episode in Port of Spain's even longer history. But with 2 dead prisoners, a dead policeman, and still no clear answer on how it all came together even a decade later, it's a story that's still with the city to this day, whether we like it or not. Shane Superville, CNC3 News.